Hi there, I'm Joe and I'm a cognitive behavioural therapist here for the Coventry IAPT team, and we work with people that experience a wide range of mental health problems, and we've been putting together just some short video clips explaining some of the ways in which we can help people during this pandemic and after. Now today I wanted to speak to you about one that could be particularly present at the moment, and this is trauma in mental health with a particular focus on guilt. Now, a traumatic event is a psychological or emotional response to an event that is extremely distressing or disturbing for somebody. Typically, they might be reactions to deaths of loved ones, even pets, divorces, serious illness, pain, natural disasters, these kind of things, all of which are very much present in these current times. Now, for me personally, it's honestly not been easy to take in what is happening, and trying to adjust to all these new ways of working and supporting people has been a bit difficult. However, I know people are dealing with much worse, and having to come to terms with the amount of trauma and grief people are experiencing is hopefully what IAPT and our service can help with. Now, I wanted to start by saying that after a trauma, it is quite normal to experience all kinds of unpleasant feelings, emotions and bodily sensations, and these often take quite a while to die down. Now, in the meantime, memories and images of the trauma or experience and thoughts about it come into your mind even if you try to shut them out. These experiences may be confusing and even frightening for people, and you may wonder if you will ever get over this trauma, if you're losing your control, losing yourself, or even going mad. And these worries are entirely understandable. Hopefully this video shows that the feelings and sensations that you're experiencing are a normal reaction to stress, and show that your body and your mind are working to just come to terms with the traumatic event, really. Now, each person does react in his or her own unique way, but nonetheless there are some common reactions which many people share, and hopefully this is where our service can support you, just to manage them to the best of your ability. Now, the most abrupt sensation people can experience is fear and anxiety, sometimes occurring completely out of the blue, in the middle of the night even, or sometimes when we're reminded of the trauma through a conversation or an advert on TV. People can re-experience the trauma, feeling like they're back at the event or experience they've had, and again, this is a very normal and common symptom of trauma. People can physically experience things like palpitations, they can struggle to breathe, have chest pains, even have headaches, feel nauseous, feel quite shaky. And people often are very jittery or agitated and really struggle sleeping, which nonetheless has the knock-on effect of starting to get very snappy and irritable with people very close to us. People also really struggle with concentration, which can be incredibly frustrating, particularly if it's impacting our ability to work or just to switch off and relax at home. I think finally, and particularly important point at the moment for any key worker or anybody going through this, is these feelings of guilt and shame. And these may be related to something that you did or didn't do in order to cope with any situation. It's really common for people to just go over and over what happened in their minds, and you may find yourself just going over the steps you might have taken to prevent the trauma from occurring, or different ways that you might have reacted. You might also blame yourself for having been able to put the trauma behind you and not being able to get back to normal. Perhaps you see this as a sign of weakness and a bit of inadequacy within you, rather than understanding that actually these symptoms are just part of being a normal human and tolerating this intolerable level of stress. As well as this, during a pandemic, family members can often blame you for things that weren't your fault, and we can't seem to get their words out of their head, even though we logically know there wasn't much more we could do. I know many people may not understand the nature of trauma and stress and give you the message that you should be pulling yourself together and getting on with life, but we know that that's just not always possible. If you can relate to anything I've mentioned today, or feel you benefit from speaking to a healthcare professional about your mental health or concern for anyone else, then please don't hesitate to give us a call. One of our team will book you in for an extended chat with one of our therapists. Thanks for listening.